Hello friends, welcome to the ASP.NET Core tutorial series. In this tutorial, we will see how to create the ASP.NET Core web application. In the previous tutorial, we have seen the introduction of ASP.NET Core and we have seen how to do the setup to design a ASP.NET Core application. So before proceeding with this tutorial, I recommend you please watch part 1 and 2 of this tutorial series so you will understand better to design our first ASP.NET Core web application. So for creating a ASP.NET Core web application, as we have seen in the previous tutorial, like we need the Visual Studio 2019 and like SDK version, basically a latest SDK version. Like we are going to work with the Visual Studio 2019. You can use Visual Studio 2017. Even you can use other platform called Visual Studio VIM and other tools, or we can say the editor which is required to design an ASP.NET Core application. In my case, we are going to work with the Visual Studio 2019. So this is the UI basically look like for the Visual Studio 2019, and from here, like it is looking like if you have already a existing repository, you can do the clone for the repository. So basically the code which you are already having, you can do the repo or you can clone that repository. You can open a project or the solution which you have already created. You can open from here. You can open a local folder to open the code basically, or you can click on create a new project. Like first time if you are going to create a new project, then we can click here and can go further, and without doing anything, if you want to go to the Visual Studio, you can do continue without code. It will take you the Visual Studio. So in our case, we are going to create the application. So let's click on this create new project. So once we click on this new project, so here it is showing the recent project template which we have selected for the previous tutorial, or like previous application which we have designed. Based on that, it is showing all these things, like whatever the application you have designed before, it is showing all the recent project template. And like we are going to work with the ASP.NET Core web application, then you can search, you can filter it out, like what kind of the application or the language you are looking, platform, and the project type. You can select from here, and based on that it will filter it out and can select your expected the language or the platform from here. In our case, we are going to select the ASP.NET Core web application, so we can select from here, and the language we are going to select with the C#. So be sure like you are going to select with the C# if you are going to work with the C#. If you are looking for the VB.NET, you can you can select from here like other Visual Basic. Like if I will select this Visual Basic, and based on that what all are the available technology are here, you can select from here. Like these all are the things which is available for the ASP.NET like an application with the VB.NET, basically a Visual Basic. So based on that you can select from here, and you are looking like all the languages it is showing as a Visual Basic. But in our case, we are going to select with the C#. So let's select the C#, or you can select the all language. So let's click on this ASP.NET Core web application with the C#, and when I will click on this next, here we have to give our project name, like what project name we are going to give. So I'm going to write like first ASP.NET Core application. So after writing this one, you can select the path, basically the location where you want to create this application. And after setting up all these things, what you do, like if you want to place the solution in the project at the same directory, you can check it out, this one. So in my case, both are in different place, so I'm not going to check this checkbox. So let's click on this create, and once you will click on this create, it will take you to another window, and from here we can see like the SDK which we have downloaded and installed in the previous tutorial. It is showing like both the versions 2.1 and 3.1. We are going to work with the latest one, and here you can see like here different type of the template it is showing, like the empty. Like if you will select this .NET Core with the empty, it means it will not like create any folder for you, basically a model view controller folder it will not create for you. It will be a simple project. And here the next template is the API. So in the first tutorial we have seen like the basically the .NET Core application and the Web API, both the application share the same controller. Basically both the inherit from the same controller. So we can create this core application with the API. So this API does not contain any UI related things. It contains the logic, and based on the API we can call that like logic, all the like the things which we have implemented under that API from the core or other application. So this API does not contain a UI things. Next is the web application. So basically this web application, if we will select, so this is basically a project template for creating the ASP.NET application with the ASP.NET Razor page content. So it contains the Razor page things. And next is the web application. So it will contain the application with the model view controller. So it is going to create a like a design basically MVC framework for us for the .NET Core. It will contain the folders called model, view and the controller. And even we can configure or integrate this ASP.NET Core application with the like Angular, React.js and React.js Redux. So with this also we can get. Apart from this, we can like get additional project template also from other place as per requirement, like if we are looking. So let's understand, like if I will click on this model view controller, then what I will do after a bit, we will see with the empty one, like what all are the difference we see. So once I will select on model view controller and click on the create, so it will create our first ASP.NET Core application, and it will take a few seconds to create that application. And basically like it will create the folder of the MVC like model, view and the controller. So we can see like the application, it got created. And when I go to the solution explorer, and here we can see like it created one folder called controller, and there is a default controller called home controller. It contains some function like index, privacy and all these things. And if I will go for the model, so it contains one model, also one view, and under this view we can see different folder called home and shared. So we will understand all these things in the coming tutorial, the basically the folder structure of the ASP.NET Core application. And we have www root, where we can like basically publish the application and the things which comes under this ASP.NET Core application. So this is the look like with the MVC folder. Now what I will do, let's select the Visual Studio 2019, and now I'm going to create the application with the without MVC folder. So let's click this ASP.NET Core application and ASP.NET Core with basic. So once I will click on the create, and from here what I'm going to take this empty template. And once I will click on this empty template, so what it will do, it will not create those folder called model, view and the controller. It will create a one simple application for us. So let's see into the solution explorer here, and we can see it doesn't create any folder for us. And when we see inside this the application which we have created with MVC template, we can see here it is showing the controller, model and view folder. And with the empty one we are not looking anything. It is showing only the necessary files, that is startup file and the other is the program file and the app setting.json file. So this is the way of creating our ASP.NET Core application. And if you want to run this application, what you can do, you can go to this debug, and from here if you want to debug, you can debug from here, or you can run this IIS Express. You can click on this one. So once you will click on this application, basically it will run the application. So it takes few seconds because it compile the application first, then it show this application on the browser. So here it is asking would you like to trust the IIS Express SSL certificate, you want the secure certificate. So as of now I'm saying no. So once I will click on the no, it will run this application, and on the browser we can see this application. So in a bit we can see the output, the default output, whatever is there we will see on the browser. So it take the few seconds to do that. So it is running the application now. So let's wait a few seconds. So after running this application, you can see the output as a hello world. So this is the output. So this is the way of creating our first ASP.NET Core application and running that application. Like you can click here and can run the application. In the coming tutorial, we will see like what is the folder structure of this ASP.NET Core, like what is the meaning of all these things, and we will see the folder structure for this MVC also in the coming tutorial. So that's it for this tutorial. If you have any question and doubt, please comment. Thank you.